Be some major changes, and some things will be about the same as the last time I did it. Instead of A through F, it's now godly, amazing, great, good, meh, bad, garbage, and this game shouldn't exist. That being said, let's begin this new tier list. First of all, Halo Combat Evolved. This is a godly, easy game in every way. Everything I've ever said about it continues to hold up to such a degree that the new Unreal Engine 5 Halo game is going to be made specifically tailoring to Halo 1. You have the best pistol in any game, you have perfect gameplay, you have an epic soundtrack, you have perfect maps, perfect gameplay, you have Blood Gulch, you have Wizard, you have Longest. There are just so many perfect things about this game, it's boring to talk about it. It set the standard for every console shooter for the next 20 to 30 years. That has basically been based off this template that CE perfected. Now, before Halo Combat Evolved, console shooters were pretty bad. And even the great ones, they still didn't feel fluid to play. Halo 1 definitely changed this for the better. It absolutely added that spark, that extra oomph to the console experience that made it feel accessible to people who didn't want to play on PC and wanted the pick-up-and-play experience. Now, that makes this game as timeless as it gets for me. This is a game you can still pick up, and graphically, the art style is as timeless as it gets. I don't care if it's 20 to 30 years old of a game. This game stays as a double S game. You can't go wrong. Halo Custom Edition had millions of maps and Forge, basically before Forge even existed in Custom Edition in this game. This is a godly game. If you disagree, you're wrong. I'm sorry, but people who say this game hasn't aged well, you're wrong. This game's gameplay is so perfect that it could be given a simple slap of next-gen Unreal Engine 5 paint and made perfect with barely the barest tuning because Bungie so perfectly executed this game. It's so meticulously crafted and designed. Every weapon so perfect, so legendary to use. I mean, Sidewinder legendary Banshee exploding Warhawk firefights and massive vehicle BTB maps on Timberland. Massive TTF battles with like just explosions and rockets and assault rifles. This game was so far ahead of every other game. The co-op in this game, 20 out of 10. Best split-screen game ever made is Halo. Man, get with your buddies, get some beer, get some pizza, and just roll in that Warhawk and just three-shot people all day. This game defined a lifestyle for me, okay? This was when I knew Halo was my favorite franchise of all time, and it still is. I love all video games, but Halo does always hold a special place in my heart as my favorite of all the franchises. For better and for worse. Now, moving on to Halo 2. Where do you think I'm going to put Halo 2? I'm putting it in godly above Halo 1. Do I even need to explain why this is godly? I'm going to fight you on the side of the street if you suggest that Halo 2 is anything other than perfection. It is literally immaculate. You have the best campaign ever. Elden Ring level difficulty, legendary. All legendary Halo games are excellent in terms of difficulty, but oh man, Halo 2 legendary is Elden Ring on crack. Those jackal snipers are out for your mother, your father, your children, and your children's children, and they will draw blood the second they look at you. Just legendary. The weapons? Yeah, I'll admit that some of the weapons in Halo 2 are very broken. The sword is godly. It has no weaknesses. It is broken. You can lunge like 3 to 6 feet and kill people with it. It is just broken. The shotgun sucks too. It's decent, but the sword just overpowers it too easily. BR is god tier. We all know the BR is so godly in Halo 2. Hit scan just mops people up. And the BXR combo, just untouchable. Like, people complain about the Halo 1 pistol being overpowered. In my opinion, it was not. It's a projectile-based weapon that you had to have skill and lead your shots with to get the consistent 3-shot. And in Halo 2, you don't really need to worry about that. The BR is just so powerful, it just wrecks people. It just plows through them. Now, it's always been, for the most part, that kind of a weapon. It's just that in Halo 2, very little can defend itself against the BR except, you guessed it, another precision weapon. This was the start of more precision-based gameplay in Halo, which I loved. And you can still have fun without the BR in this game. It's still, again, it's so complete in every way. And this is the last Halo that didn't have a traditional Forge experience I'm not going to really mention Halo 2 Vista because bottom line, it sucked dick. So we're not going to talk about it. It was a mistake, and it gets better for Halo 2 later on the road anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's not worth talking about. Anyway, nothing else to say about Halo 2 except that it's God tier campaign, best in the industry, best imaginable, and you need to play it. Guess what? There's a game that's better than Halo 2 immediately. That's right, Halo 3. I refuse to even explain to you why this is here. If you disagree with me, I'm going to find you and I'm going to hurt you. I'm not going to do anything like that, but this is it. Like, this is up with Half-Life 2 as the best of all time ever. Everything perfect about Halo 1. Everything perfect about Halo 2. Hybrid to perfection. That's Halo 3. Perfect in every way. Amazing campaign. The only flaw is that you can't fight elites. Modding fixes that immediately, so that's not even a flaw. Weapon balancing perfect, gameplay perfect, Forge perfect, everything about the game perfect. Theater perfect, just 20 years ahead of the competition. There is nothing to say. If you don't like Halo 3, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you. And there might be some scuffing, because you don't diss this game lightly with me. You just don't, because this is, in my opinion, only beaten by Half-Life 2 and maybe like Doom Eternal as the best FPS of all time. The end, period. Now, here's another godly game, though it launched in a horrible state. Now, the launch of Halo MCC was fucking garbage. It was just garbage. It was unoptimized trash. It was a disgrace to everything that is Halo. You know what? I'm going to talk about that game later. I'm going to talk about a game far better to talk about. Halo Reach. This game continues to be in the exact place I put it in last time. It is a godly game. The only thing I don't like about Reach is the armor lock. But honestly, like, I slagged Reach so hard, I hated it when I first played it. And for about a week. And then I fell in love with it, and I've loved it ever since. Like, I don't get people hating on Reach. I love Reach. It's a god tier game. Invasion, 20 out of 10. The weapon balancing, Bungie fixed the bloom. They fixed the main issues of the game. They kept the content fresh. Forge World, 30 out of 10. Oh man, Forge World was just amazing. Just an epic playground. Like 20 maps, all fused into a single legendary package. And you can make any kind of experiences you wanted. And it was just so intuitive, pick and play, easy to use Forge. This is the best Forge ever. I used to think Infinite was the best Forge, and Infinite is an incredible Forge. I will talk about Halo Infinite later. But, yeah, this is my favorite Forge, by far, in Reach. Reach is so underrated. The firefight, just so good. Just so legendary. Oh, man. Customized waves, customized traits, customized abilities. And it had customization that made even Halo 3's amazing customization look terrible. Like, visors, utilities, wrists, armor, color, everything. Knee pads. You can customize your knee pads, alright? So it's just ridiculous the amount of things you can do in Reach. Just, Bungie just put everything into this game, and they delivered the perfect swan song. And ODST, I'm going to give ODST an upgrade to godly. Yes, I believe that ODST is the most underrated video game one of the most underrated games ever. It's the bottom of godly, but honestly, all of these to me are I'm not going to say they're completely perfect, but they deserve to be there. And you know what? ODST is more of an expansion of Halo 3, so I'm going to put it in amazing. Because I still have such a soft spot for ODST. I recently played the campaign with my buddy, and it's such a lovely game. Just so atmospheric and beautiful and haunting. Martin O'Donnell's soundtrack's always immaculate, always forever. And the firefight, just legendary. Perfect brute crashes. And you're not a Spartan, you're an ODST, so you're weaker. And you have to be a lot more tactical in how you play. And it's just so atmospheric, and the drop pods and the characters. And just chef's kiss. What a lovely game. What a just absolutely underrated game. And now we have one more game that's going to get a high rating, and then the rest is going to be very, very painful, as we all know. Master Chief Collection launched in, as I've said, garbage, unoptimized trash, ran like complete absolute dog shit. It is currently a God tier game. God tier. Halo Master Chief Collection, thanks to Peter Hines, the only competent person at 343 Industries currently, or now rebranded new studio Halo Studios, which I will get to in a moment, later in this video, turned what was a broken, disgraceful piece of shit into a absolutely legendary game. I recommend anybody play Master Chief Collection. You have Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo ODST, and yes, you have Halo 4, which I'll get to later because it's not worth talking about too much. And it's an all-in-one game, with the PC version being the best version. If you've asked me, get a console or get the PC version, I'd say get a PC any day. Sorry, I just have to say it. The PC version is objectively superior to the console version, and frankly, it's unfair. The Xbox players should have had modding support, but 343 being 343 did not happen. But the PC version of the game is godly. I'd say the Xbox version is at least amazing, but I'm going to keep it godly. It's all of my favorite games in one game, so that's definitely godly. Now we're going to get into some shit, and it's going to be painful. It's going to be torturous, like absolutely torturous to go through some of these games again. But here we go. Alright, so this is Halo 4. I hate it. I hate Halo 4. I hate it. It's garbage. F. Hate it. Hate it. Worst sequel ever. Bolt shot's broken. Weapons are broken. Gameplay is boring. Campaign is plodding and slow and irritating. Every weapon, bullet spongy. Every enemy, bullet spongy. No skill. No skill at all. There is no skill in this game. A child with leprosy could play this game easy with blindfolded. It is dead skill. Like, this game, people say Reach killed the M1G Halo competitive scene. Nah. Halo 4 murdered it. You take all the Halo concepts and burn them. Let's give it Call of Duty loadouts and perks. Let's forget everything Bungie did and say we hate Bungie. Let's hire people who hate Halo to make Halo games. Let me repeat this. 343 Industries hired people who fucking hate Halo to make Halo games. And they said it themselves, right from the horse's mouth. And if I ever hear that crap from anyone at Halo Studios, I'm coming down to that studio and I'm going to fight you. And you're going to lose. Because I'm Simon Stravitz. Anyway. This game's garbage. It's not even worth talking about. But I'm going to keep talking about it some more because that's how much I hate it. The maps are uninspired. There's way too many lifeless BTB maps. All the perks are just useless. You don't need that shit in Halo. Get it the fuck away from Halo. Whoever thought Halo needs to be like COD with kill streaks and all that shit, fire them. Fire them. God, just awful. What else is awful in this game? Oh, that's right. What the fuck is this Master Chief shit new redesign that 343 slapped onto the Master Chief? This is the Master Chief. This is the Master Chief. This is the Master Chief, not this ugly abomination of a design. Absolutely disgraceful. Oh, and Cortana in this game is a bitch. She is irritating. They took a beloved, amazing heroine character and ruined her in the span of one game. Oh, man, I hate this game. Almost as much as I hate Halo 5. I really hate Halo 5. Oh, wow, good gameplay. Ooh, it's lovely gameplay. It's great gameplay, but the worst campaign I've ever played in my life. You play as Locke most of the game. You barely play as the Master Chief in a fucking Halo game. Sorry, fuck this game. No split screen. Fuck this game. It's garbage. Garbage. I don't care how good the gameplay is. Oh, I love Warzone, but it's Gimp Invasion. I was too nice to this game last time. I don't give a fuck about the mechanics. Fuck this game. It's mediocre garbage, and it's going to stay there. Now, let's talk about some other games. The one that is utterly... Oh, fuck. I'm going to get to that later. It's not even worth it right now. That's going to make my blood pressure go up. We'll talk about that later. But, alright, here's a good game. Underrated. Halo 2016 is a mod that makes Halo like an 8-bit Atari game. It's pretty great. It's not a first-person shooter, but it's enjoyable, and I had a great time playing it. I'm not expecting it to be a revolutionary first-person shooter experience. It's meant to be a platformer Halo 8-bit style game, and it does what it does exceptionally competently and well. So that's much for that. Now, these other games... Well, Halo Wars, I'd say Halo Wars is definitely great. Nah, good. Halo Wars 1 is good, it's passable, it's competent, it's nothing special, but it's not bad. It's just that Halo and RTS doesn't really mix. At least that's what I thought until Halo Wars 2, which is amazing! This game is great. Man, I want to see a Halo Wars 3, because Halo Wars 2 kicks ass. Aatrox, greatest villain ever in the Halo franchise. Oh man, just legendary. And great RTS gameplay and combat. I hope they expand on Halo Wars 2. It was an excellent game. Spartan Strike and Assault, they're just bad. They're just bad mobile schlock. In fact, they don't even deserve to be that. Fuck these games. They shouldn't even exist. They're a disgrace to Halo and should have never been made. And the Halo arcade shooter, garbage, fucking should not ever exist. It's worse than poison. I'd rather drink hemlock. It's literally like on rails, shit shooter, shit graphics, shit combat, shit everything. It is the worst arcade game I have ever played, and it is a disgrace to Halo and should never exist. Oh, and the Halo TV show? It's below the F tier. It's below this. It is the worst thing that Paramount has ever done. And the fact that it is canceled is a blessing unto God our Lord. That show is pure cancerous filth. And it's not even going on the tier list. I hate it so much. Fuck the Halo TV show and that fucker who thought it would be cool to not wear the helmet of the character who defined an FPS generation and thinks he can't act wearing a helmet. Fire that joke ass. Seriously. No. I'm going all in on this one. Okay, and now for the hardest one to rank for me. God, I love Halo Infinite so much. I really do. It is the most crushingly disappointing video game that's ever been made. It has so much potential, overflowing. Best firefight, best Forge ever, best gameplay since Halo CE by far. I enjoy this gameplay more than Halo 3 a lot. And that's saying a lot. But the game was... I used to put it at double S amazing. It's now, unfortunately, good. It's not any higher. Infinite, I demote. Because Infinite, it's unacceptable. It has no decent content. There's no new weapons. Where are the weapons? There's... Content updates are so slow. For a live service game, the game is a piece of failure. Where's the content for this game? It's still bare bones, even with an excellent Forge, admittedly. The Forge, you need a PhD master's degree to know how to use the node scripting. Now, it's awesome, people who know what they're doing, but they need to have a Forge just like this, but also offer for people who don't know what they're doing, layman's drag and drop, easy to use Forge in the next Halo game. We want advanced node scripting Forge, but we also, Halo Studios, my mistake, want a Forge that's easy to use for people who don't want to spend 2 hours learning node scripting. You gotta have a balance with that for the next Forge. Like, it has to be advanced, more advanced than the one that you have in Infinite, but it has to be able to support people who want to not know node scripting, but make a fun map and play it with their friends, their buddies. Because Halo is a social party game.
What's he doing over there?
Honestly, I'm gonna upgrade it to great. It's not amazing. It's still demoted, but I'm gonna leave Infinite on the great. Infinite is great. I love the grapple shot. I love the campaign. It's the best campaign ever. No, it's a pretty meh open world compared to like Elden Ring or Witcher 3. But it's not by any means bad. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it in great because I love the game. It has great modes now. It's a pretty complete game now, and it's a classic Halo experience. It's a flawed, deeply lesser than the other Halo games experience. I mean, this is an F game compared to, the real Bungie games. Compared to these, this is definitely not the cake you want to be eating. This is eating good. You want this. You want Halo, you want to think this all the time, 24/7. This, very nice dessert, but there's no salad or an entree. There's no steak. There's no seasoning, and the plate's empty. And there's a lot of shit being flung on your face because the microtransactions in this game are they're dog water. They're dog water, man. $20 for the Zaveda, like armor, like coating skins, and then you have to pay like $20 to $30 for. You know what? I'm putting this on good. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. This game is not great. There's a lot of shady shit that 343 tried to do with Infinite, with the microtransactions and the awful store. It's just awful. And I love Halo so much that I bought a lot of stuff from the Infinite store, and I regret it. Because the game has not lived up to the live service expectations set by it. So I can't say it's great. No, it's good. It's not meh, but it's certainly not any better than good. Unfortunately, it's not great. It's good, but it's not great. It crashes all the time, and I have a 700X3D, and it crashes all the time. So, yeah. This is merely passable and unacceptable for Halo. Halo is meant to be godly tier, always. 343 Halo at best is good, but is usually hot, steamy-ass garbage. Now, I know Halo Studios is the new developer who's going to be working on the Halo franchise, and I wish them the best of blessings and luck. I'm going to clean my judgments and judge them as a fresh studio, separate from 343 Industries entirely, even though I know they're the same company, just massively rebranded, and hopefully with all new employees and new everything, because whatever 343 was, I hope that that's dead and buried. Can we all agree that those last 10 years Halo was mediocre and needs to be way better? So, I'm rooting for Halo. It's my favorite franchise of all time in terms of video games. As a hardcore, devout gamer for myself, I'm rooting for Halo to make a comeback. But the old way of 343 anti-Bungie has to go. Bungie needs to be worshipped when making Halo. They knew what they were doing. Don't deviate from what works. Don't change shit. If it already works, why change it? Seriously. Let's get the ball rolling. This is the new Halo tier. Let's stay tuned for some more content. And that is all. Have a lovely evening, everybody.